So the human condition is that we're quite faulty. We've been programmed in ways that are in some occasions dysfunctional and some occasions working well. And it's the ability to accept our faultiness, our brokenness, that allows us to truly rest. To just be tenderly okay with what we are, how we are, as we are. And people tend not to do this. They tend to give themselves a hard time for making mistakes, give themselves a hard time when things don't go right, rather than accepting that that's just the way it is, and it's okay. It's okay to be wrong, it's okay to get it wrong, it's okay to be faulty, it's okay to be broken, it's okay to be wounded. It's okay. In that okayness, we can rest. In that okayness, we can relax. In that okayness, we don't have to be engaged in our minds thinking, solving problems, trying to make sure we never get it wrong again, analysing, which is basically just another form of dreaming. In being okay, we can just rest. And it's lovely to rest. And no matter who you are, from time to time, you're going to get it wrong. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to do the wrong thing. Humans are faulty. It's okay. The world might not agree with you. The world might give you a hard time. But at least you can be on your own side. At least you can be your own best friend. And be gentle and tender with yourself. A lot of us have been programmed to beat ourselves up when we get it wrong, when we do the wrong thing, in order to motivate ourselves not to do that again. We've internalized an exterior bully. And this is probably one of the worst things we could have done, really. It's bad enough having bullies on the outside without internalizing one. We open up best when we're being gentle with ourselves. We find more heart when we're being tender with ourselves. It is possible that the negative motivators that we supply ourselves may change us, but at what cost? From what I can tell, when we beat ourselves up, we're actually wounding ourselves. We're not creating peace in ourselves, we're creating a form of stress, a dis-ease, and not a restfulness. And so when you catch yourself over-analysing because something is wrong, or giving yourself a hard time because you've done this or that, running guilt on yourself, if you catch yourself, back off. Find a way. Find a way to be tender with you. Find a way to be gentle with you. See negative motivators as something that you really don't want to apply to yourself. Be your own best friend. It's your choice. I was fortunate enough to learn this when I was relatively young, in my early teens, because I had undiagnosed ADD, and I couldn't stay still in class. I was on from one thing to the next thing. Every report card read, if only Vincent could concentrate, he could do so much better. The treatment for being unattentive, for being ADD in my day, was a beating with a strap or a cane. And I can't recall a day when I was at school that I didn't get beaten. The world didn't accept me as I was. And there came a point in my early teens, maybe 13, 14, that I realised that I needed to be on my side. I needed to accept me, because there was nothing I could do to get the world to accept me. No matter how hard I tried, with ADD, I was just a troublemaker. And so I joined my side, and I stopped running guilt on me, and I stopped beating me up. I stopped using negative motivators. It also turns out that I had dyslexia, and I still do. Such is life. I was born with it. But it wasn't diagnosed, so I ran into a lot of trouble at school. But it taught me one of the most valuable lessons in life, and that was for me to be on my side. And for me to be on my side meant I don't beat me up. I don't hurt me. I be gentle and I be tender with me, because the world is not going to be like that. At least I can be my best friend. Because we're all broken somewhere. We're all wounded somewhere. We're all dysfunctional somewhere. We're all going to make mistakes. And I believe the worst thing you can do is become your own enemy and beat yourself up. If you can be your own best friend, if you can be that tender with you and gentle with you when you get it wrong, you can then apply it to others as well. It can extend outwards. But the likelihood is, if you're willing to beat yourself up, if you're willing to bully yourself, you probably won't have too much of a problem in applying that to other people as well. So within, so without. And as you see your own brokenness, as you see your own dysfunction, your own mistakes, your own errors, and as you see them from a place of compassion and kindness and gentleness and tenderness, you then start to see others that way also. So that extends outwardly also. I think it was Jesus who said, "He who hath not sinned, cast the first stone." We all have the same stuff inside us. If you can accept you fully in tenderness, you can love you fully in tenderness. And then you become self-nourishing. If you don't like you, if you don't accept you, if you beat yourself up, it's going to be a little difficult to be self-loving, self-nourishing. And it's up to you, because you're going to create your reality. Nobody's going to do it to you. You are totally responsible. for how you treat you. And of course, you are totally responsible for how you treat others.